Thank you for watching, either watching again or watching for a first time. When we think about grief and trauma, I think most everybody is pretty familiar with, the basics of it, right? Like you go through, different stages and whatnot. It is not linear, of course. But I think something that many people, I don't know if I want to say underestimate or just don't realize until you're in the thick of it or until something comes up, and that is secondary losses. And they can be pretty far-reaching as far as secondary losses. And with that, with Jesse's death, he was only a year, not even a full year, out of graduating high school. And he had just started on his next adventure, his next, looking for the next stones to create his path of life. So when we think about secondary losses, it's thinking that he's never going to fall in love with someone, that mature adult love, marry someone, have kids, buy his first house, or, get his first apartment, whatever the case may be, become an uncle, which he is an uncle twice over now. But unfortunately, he's not here. But we do carry his memory, and we do talk about him. And so he will be a part of their life in spirit. But those secondary losses, too, don't necessarily just pertain to a secondary loss for your loved one who is gone, but it can be a loss of within the family, who is still alive and still here. And I know early on I said that, I am not the same and I never will be again. Part of me died when Jesse died. And the same is true for his siblings and, to an extent, his close friends. But for me, it's extremely hard to see that, one of Jesse's siblings is so not who he used to be. And I know everyone, it takes everyone their own time, and they need to choose to use, different energies in a positive way. But that's a loss as a parent, as a mother. It is really devastating to have to bear that as well, and to have to try to carry that. Because not only, did we all have to say goodbye to Jesse's physical being here, but we all inadvertently, even though we didn't specifically say it, said goodbye to a part of ourselves. And with that, we lost a part of that relationship with each other too, because that's never going to be the same as it used to be either. So secondary losses are, can be just as traumatic in some cases as, everything else you're trying to handle and carry. So when it comes to trying to do that, you give yourself space and grace when trying to, manage those secondary losses too. And it's okay to step back. It's okay to stay quiet. It's okay to find your own way in trying to manage how you will handle and carry those secondary losses as well. So, as always, being reflective and trying to find that lifeline and that light. Take a deep breath. Be there for yourself, be there for others, and understand that it's one day at a time. And sometimes it's an hour at a time. It just depends on your day. Keep trying, and know that you're not alone. Thank you.